The storm had felt like a rumor all day, but now the sky was delivering. For a second, like a knife catching a glint of light and refracting it in multitude, everything gleamed white. The lightning split the whole sky in half, and in that moment it was brighter than daylight. The tops of the gravestones seemed to pulse like strobe lights in a nightclub before blackness settled them down again. In front of her sister's grave, she was bowed down. Although a grieving sister would come here frequently, she preferred to come at night, in the shadows. She was free to be herself and feel anything she desired, which occasionally was nothing. A vast, echoing area of nothingness. If she were being completely honest, there might have been some pride, despite the fact that her sister was nothing more than a skeleton 6 feet under the ground. She felt a true sense of connection with her. Interesting how a relationship that had been lost, since the womb had to be rekindled by death in either case. The feelings weren't fitting for a day of grief. The lightning appeared appropriate for this evening. The anniversary of her sister's passing was that day also. It illuminated a dark aspect of her that she sometimes felt uncomfortable touching. She leaned forward and placed her lips on the cold stone at the exciting moment when everything went brilliant. She was confident that her sister's brain was bursting at this manufactured display of compassion, wherever she might be. It wasn't entirely unnatural. Actually, it wasn't. It was merely that they were diametrically opposed in real life, bad and good, devil and angel, white and black. Despite the fact that they were identical, no one could ever confuse them, but the idea that had persisted in her head for the previous 12 months suggested different. They weren't all that dissimilar. Paige, their mother, would have informed you right away that Madeline had a problem. Although her girls were identical twins, there was no other shared characteristic. From the beginning, Madeline had been a challenging infant. She was the type of baby who sobbed incessantly and would not nurse. When Paige would finally quiet her and gently lay her down, Madeline would frequently start crying again before she even reached the nursery door, frequently awakening Erica. Paige was so completely exhausted that she wanted to cry on the ground. Paige was able to comprehend the concept of shaken baby syndrome because to Madeline, a young child. Paige will tell you that Madeline developed her vicious streak as a young child. Due to her fear of accidentally pushing Erica down the stairs or pinching her so hard that a purple welt would immediately form, Paige could not look away from her for even a brief moment. Paige praised God every day for Erica, who was as sweet as can be. She thought about Madeline and didn't think she could have handled 2 demon infants. What type of mother hates her child? She pleaded with God in the middle of the night. Oh, how she adored her and them both nonetheless. She hated Madeline, but despite her wishes, neither her mother nor sister ever offered to watch Madeline for a weekend or even a single day. Erica, however, unlike her sister, who was more likely to kick you in the shin with a demon grin on her face, Erica was calm, ate well, slept well, and was a child who lighted up with a smile when you spoke to her. Erica grew into a little girl that teachers gushed about, one who obeyed the rules and was courteous. Even though Paige was aware that it was improper to have favorites, she couldn't see how it was possible. She pleaded to God for forgiveness and for Madeline to grow out of her evil. That also never occurred. Being a good kid is more work than it seems, as Erica would have told you. Apart from the fact that she never wanted to make a scene, even decent young girls got upset or angry occasionally. There was also Madeline's anger to take into account. Erica picked up the habit of looking behind her early on, since Madeline liked to shove her down the stairs or stick her foot out to trip her. Erica slept with one eye open for her entire life. It was stressful to have to constantly watch her back and be prepared to protect herself from her sister's attacks. Sometimes she longed to be the one yelling a rant and wiping at table's contents as she went by in a furious wrath. She doubted her mother could have handled that, though the weariness in Paige's eyes was so palpable that you could tell it reached all the way to her core. Madeline's attacks on her twin grew more cunning. As they grew older, Madeline would act in ways that seemed more innocent, since she appeared to be bored with physical abuse. But these plotting actions wounded Erica more severely than any bump or twisted finger ever could, making a large, red 100% at the top of a book report, drenching her cheerleading outfit in black dye. Erica immediately discovered that it was simpler to keep her head down and inform their mother in private that she had aced the arithmetic exam. Giving up cheerleading and not running for student council president was simpler. At night, Erica secured the door to her bedroom. She was actually afraid of Madeline. Madeline, too. Why not take the lead in the part she was given? Madeline would have admitted to you that her parents had always had preferences. She would have amused you with tales of when she was 4 years old, and would stare at her immaculate sister with an unquenchable rage. Madeline's hair was a wild frizz that could never be tamed, just like her, she assumed, while Erica's hair resembled the ringlets on a child model. She would recount an incident in which she grabbed a section of Erica's lovely blonde curls and quickly chopped them off with illegal sewing scissors before she realized what had occurred. She would regale you with 100 such tales, but the fact is that they grew stale. Erica never reacted physically to attacks. Instead, she just buried her pitiful, expressionless face in her hands. Madeline needed to exercise her artistic side. She would share with you her story of sleeping with Erica's high school lover and recording it on camera. It was enjoyable how she uploaded it to the internet and saw it quickly become popular. How she managed to keep her face hidden in the videos so that no one could identify her. Everybody thought it was Erica, but Erica was aware because she was virgin. Erica was aware. Madeline read Erica's pitiful little diary with a pink padded leather cover, a lock that appeared to belong to a 12-year-old, and as a result, she was able to learn this secret about her. The best aspect, according to Madeline, was that Erica's lover was blind to the fact that he was sleeping with the wrong twin. He was so ecstatic that his eyes virtually burst out of his head when Madeline locked Erica's bedroom door and immediately removed her blouse. As he departed, Madeline laughed as she viewed the tape, curious to see how this would turn out. Erica's good girl reputation suffered as she had anticipated, and she ended her relationship with her boyfriend. Good. Did her justice. Madeline would tell you how her hatred for Erica was so intense that without it, she didn't know who she was, because he and their father, Andy, had a long ago divorce. He refused to talk to you. It was widely known that his motivation for leaving was tied to his daughter's crazy, cunning, and psychotic behavior.